popular education, for me, certainly is really the engine of movement building. And I say that because it really is the center of our work at Jazz. And it's really then that starting point, the creation of safe spaces for women and people to do that initial work that then allows for the building and the growth of a movement agenda for change. And so if I have to use the example of Malawi, we spent a number of years creating safe spaces where women leaders could come together in different configurations to talk, really, to talk about their lives, to talk about, what makes them happy, about what makes them sad, about what causes pain. And I think that work is seemingly benign, but in fact, it is really the base, and a very powerful base, from which one begins to build what I like to call the intangibles of movement building, which is trust, which is solidarity, which is care, which is community, in a way that then allows for people from the sharing of that lived experience to begin to recognize that because I, as a woman in rural Malawi, don't have access to land, and because that woman over there from the central province doesn't have access to water, and the woman in the northern province who doesn't have access to healthcare, is not an accident, and neither is it an individual responsibility or fault. There's something about a holistic and much more integral and integrated approach that draws on feminism, right? And the tenets of feminist politics and practice, to be able to recognize and acknowledge that, in fact, systems are designed in particular ways with particular interests, but that systems are also made. And so they can be unmade, or they can be thought of in a different way, is, I think, where the roots of activating more transformative power and agency really lie. So centering processes that value the care of our bodies, our emotions, our feelings, our energies, and our minds, right? So it's about thinking about the wholeness of a person, right? Which I think is kind of at a tangent to what it is that we are getting from sort of development aid models. Because when you are living in a world that every day is intent on dehumanizing you, right? What it means to enter a space where you are seen and heard and valued as a woman in your wholeness is not just powerful and radical and subversive as an act, but it's also transformatory. And so it starts with the individual, it moves to the collective. Jazz's feminist popular education processes are really about creating a space, as well as giving people tools to be able to read how it is that power is operating in their lives. It's almost like you're putting on a pair of glasses, right? Or lenses. And once you've got those lenses on, you're able to see in relief, right? How it is that, formal power, how it is that hidden and shadow power, how it is that invisible power are all working and how they are all working together. And I think that ultimately then it's about saying, what is our vision of the world that we are wanting? When you get to that level of struggle, or of organizing or movement building, that you then really are in the realm of what it is that we are building power for.